Hi guys, in this video we are going to learn how to create a sticker animation using After Effects. We'll be making everything entirely inside After Effects without using any plugins. So to start the project, first we need to create a composition. Set it to Full HD 1920 by 1080. You can name your composition however you like. For the duration, let's set it to 5 seconds. You can always adjust this depending on how long you want your animation be. For the background, instead of black, you can choose any color you prefer. Here I am going with a light orangish color. Once that is done, name your main composition. I'll call it sticker animation or sticker effect and then click OK. Now that the composition is ready, let's create a new text layer and type whatever text you want. I am typing sticker. Once you have typed your text, you can adjust the character settings like font and size. I'll be using Roboto in bold. Make it a bit thicker so you have more area to work with. You can reset other settings if needed. Set the base color to black so we get a shadow-like effect. Then adjust the size of it so it fits nicely within the composition. Next, make the layer 3D and rotate it so it looks like it's lying on the ground. If you don't want that look, you can always slightly tilt it so it appears like it's on the wall or something like that. Here I am just adjusting the rotation so it feels like the text is on the ground. Once you're happy with that, align the text however you like. Now pre-compose the layer, right click and choose pre-comp and name it something like sticker or shadow. Make sure the 3D option is turned off on the composition. Then duplicate the layer using Ctrl D or Command D. Now we'll change the color. Go to the Effects and Preset panel and search for Fill and apply this effect to the duplicated layer. By default it will be red. You can choose any color that's match with your background and you can select. I'll pick a color that stands out slightly from the background. Usually white works best, but if you want a different color, you are free to experiment. Next, add a mesh wrap effect. Apply it and reduce the rows and columns around to 5. This gives a fewer points to manage and make animation easier. If you want a much more detailed and precision animation, you can increase or keep the rows and columns at default. Now we can start animating. First add a keyframe for distort mesh. At 0 point, keep everything at default, then move to about 10 frames. At this point, start adjusting the mesh points so the text looks like it's lifting up. As it lifts, the shadow layer underneath will slightly show here and there, which creates a peeling sticker effect. Then move to another 10 frames forward and reset everything back to normal. This time animate a different set of points. Between these keyframes, the motion will vary. Make it feel like the sticker is reacting to something like wind. Once you're happy, you can keep adding more keyframes to make the animation more detailed. After finishing the animation, pre-comp the layer again. Make sure you move all the attributes into the new composition and don't leave anything outside. Now trim the composition so that it will match with the animation length. Now come back to the main comp, right click on the duplicated trimmed comp and right click, go to time and enable time remapping. Add a keyframe just before the last default keyframe. Then apply the expression loop out. This will automatically loop your animation. If you are happy with the result, you can refine it further by adding more keyframes and making the motion feel more natural. You can also control the specific areas, making it some part lifting up while other part is stick to the ground. Here I am tightening the keyframes a little bit more to 5 frames instead of 10 so that we will get a much more realistic kind of animation. Even if the shadow isn't clearly visible while you are editing inside the duplicate composition, just make slight simple movements here and there in the points. It will reflect in the final output. Just make sure it doesn't feel unnatural or exaggerated. Once you're satisfied, add a roughen edge effect on top of the duplicated composition. This gives a sticker a worn out look, so you can take the settings here also, like making the sharp edges more sharper instead of too soft. This sell the idea that sticker has been there for a long time. At this stage, you can stop if you are happy, or you can take it further by adding more effects. For example, you can add a texture. Here I am using a paint-like texture. Since the image is small, I'll be applying corner effect to align it with the sticker. Adjust the points so that the texture matches with the shape properly. Then add a repeat tile effect so the texture extends in all directions. While applying a repeat tile effect, make sure that it is on top of the corner point, so it doesn't have any gaps in between. And then set up the track mat so the texture fits properly within the sticker. This adds a lot of realism. You can also scale the texture down or up based on your design. If you change the scale, adjust the repeater setting so that there is no empty spaces. I think that's it, guys. This is the final output. I hope you are all happy with the result. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell icon for more videos like this. And see you in the next video.